This is a planning application to permit the expansion of an existing sheet metal shop at 808 Main Street, Kingston. My name is Alice, and I'm a planner with the County of Kings. The purpose of the presentation is to inform the public about the application, to explain the planning policies that enable this application to occur, and to also receive preliminary feedback from the public. The application is still in its initial stages, so no opinions have been formed on this application and no decisions have been made yet. So this is an application for a development agreement. A development agreement is a legal contract between the municipality and the property owner. The agreement will have the use or the uses outlined and a set of conditions within the agreement. So the property can only be developed based on what is outlined within the agreement. A development agreement usually runs with the land, which means if the property is transferred to another person in the future, the development agreement gets transferred to the new owners until it is discharged by the municipality. This is a standard process we follow for every application. The first step is to receive a complete application, which we have received. The second step is to hold a public information meeting in the community where the property is located. A public information meeting for this application was held on March 6th at the Kingston Lions Club. Properties within 500 feet were notified, and it was also advertised on our website and social media sites. The meeting was not recorded. This is a re-recording of the presentation which was presented at the meeting. The third step of the process is a staff review, where staff will review this application against the applicable policies, and we will be contacting the relevant internal and external departments for their feedback on the application. A staff report is then prepared, which will be presented to the Planning Advisory Committee. If Planning Advisory Committee makes a positive recommendation to the Council will give this application initial consideration and will forward it to a public hearing. Again, properties within 500 feet will be notified of the public hearing, and it will also be advertised on our website and social media sites. Public hearings are held in the council chambers and is an opportunity for members of the public to come in and share their concerns or comments directly with the council. Soon after the public hearing, the application will be given a final consideration and council will make a decision on the application. This decision will be advertised on our website and social media sites, and the application will move on to a 14-day appeal period. The County of Kings map. The red circle on the map is the approximate location of the property within Kingston. This is the subject property, which is about 9,687 square feet. The access is from King Street, a private road, and this is the existing sheet metal shop. As can be seen, the boundaries on this map are not aligned with the actual boundaries. This is the neighboring building to the west, and there are two trailers here, which is used by the property owner for storage. The surrounding uses are mostly commercial and residential uses. As mentioned, the property has an existing sheet metal shop, and the trailers on the side are currently used for storage. So the applicant wants to remove those trailers and is proposing expansion to the existing shop to create space for storage. The property fronts a private road and does not have frontage on a public road. So this makes it a non-conforming use. Non-conforming uses are buildings or uses that have been lawfully in existence on the date of adoption of our land use bylaw, which was adopted in 2019. and the building or the use does not conform to the requirements of the land use bylaw. So according to our land use bylaw, any expansion to a non-conforming commercial use could only be considered through a development agreement. This is the building plan, and this is the existing shop. The and the proposed addition to the side is shown in yellow. And this is the area where the trailers are currently located. The property is located within a zone called the General Commercial Zone or the C1 zone. The zone permits a variety of commercial uses. Moving on to some photographs of the subject property and the adjacent properties. On top right, there's a key map for reference. So this is the existing shop, sheet metal shop on the subject property. And the trailers to the side of the shop, which is currently used for storage. Again, the existing shop, and this is the adjacent commercial use. The adjacent property to the south of the subject property. A property across King Street to the east, which has commercial use. And finally, the adjacent property to the north, which has the Tim Hortons drive-through. So in order for council to consider an application, it has to be enabled by our policies. The municipal planning strategy is our main policy document, and this is the policy within the document which enables this application. So it enables council to consider development agreements for proposals to expand, alter, or reconstruct a non-conforming use, provided the proposal meets a few criteria. Criteria A, council has to be satisfied that the proposal does not adversely affect the adjacent land uses. Criteria B, if the proposal is expected to have any visual or other impacts, adequate buffering, setback, or separation distances are to be maintained. Criteria C, council has to be satisfied that the proposal is not unpleasant due to odor, dust, noise, smoke, or emission. And D, adequate provision is made for the acceptable maintenance and appearance of the expansion. And E, the proposal has to meet the applicable criteria within the general policy. This is the general policy and the various criteria within the policy that are applicable to this application. Council has to be satisfied that the proposal is in keeping with the intent of the municipal planning strategy, that the proposal is not in conflict with any provincial programs, bylaws, or regulations, that the proposal does not have any financial impact on the municipality or the village, that there are no land use compatibility issues. We will be contacting the Kingston Fire Chief to gather their input on the adequacy of fire protection services, and the Village of Kingston will be contacted for their comments on the adequacy of sewer services. The potential for flooding will be reviewed, and the potential for flooding and or serious drainage issues will be reviewed, and the site suitability for the proposal will also be reviewed. That concludes the presentation, and this is my contact information. I am the planner in charge of this file. If there are any questions or comments, please feel free to reach out. Thank you.